Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem Kakwadash. I want to give double honors to the elders and apostles at Great Millstone who taught me this truth and rule well. And I want to say shalom to you Akim Akwath out there pursuing this truth diligently, coming at you once again with another lesson. All right, today's title of the lesson, let me go ahead and move this. Title is "We Don't Deserve Reparations and They Didn't Do Nothing Wrong." All right, nothing. They didn't do nothing wrong. All right, and this is of course dealing with us versus the Edomites. All right, as per usual. Let me go ahead and turn this down a little bit. I feel like it's louder than usual. That should do it. Let me move this in. So we don't deserve reparations, and they didn't do nothing wrong. All right, so let's go over here, and we can close out the camera now. I just wanted to make sure my face was seen. You got to get it out there every once in a while. All right, we are real people. All right, we don't like to, hide behind a, hide behind and not have a, show our face. We are supposed to show our face occasionally. It's been a while, so I'm still here. It's still me. If I could do it on the iPad, I'd actually have a little picture-in-picture of me, because it does look better that way. I like how it's more it feels more genuine and sincere. A lot of the elders and brothers do it. Okay, but I can't do it on the iPad unless I find a way. If you brothers know a way, get picture-in-picture, have my face up in the corner on an iPad without doing a stream or anything like that. Let me know. Please and thank you. All right, so again, we don't deserve reparations and they didn't do nothing wrong. All right, and it's a little antagonistic title. All right, because these Edomites don't think they ever did anything wrong. All right, we're gonna read this. Bear with me while I grab a drink real quick. Now, the title of this article is something like "Why Most Americans Oppose the Idea of Reparations," something along those lines. Let me see. Yeah, so why most Americans oppose reparations for slavery. Okay, and there's a different reason. There's an alternate reason that they're not going to tell you, but we'll get into it biblically. So this is a race. All right, the topic is race. It says cities may be debating reparations, but here's why most Americans oppose the idea. Here's why most Edomites, oppose the idea. All right, and for any brother or sister that's been in this truth for a while, everybody knows why they don't want none of us getting no reparations. It says this photo says it's a reparations rally outside City Hall in San Francisco this month, as supervisors take up a draft reparations proposal, and that shit's gonna get thrown out the window. And if it does happen, hey, cool. That doesn't mean we've been delivered. All right, if it happens, cool. All right, doesn't mean anything though. All right, it's not gonna help you. It'll be a couple, 100. Maybe if it's 100, maybe 1,000. All right, in your pocket. All right, if you look like a Jake, so hey, if you look like a so-called Negro, should be, how it goes, because they're, that's the forefront. All right, they don't want to give reparations to all of our people. All right, only the people that only to the people that people are really complaining about. All right, and anyway, let's do we continue on it? It says the growing number of local actions have renewed hopes and questions about a national policy. It's just more Jake, man. More Jake madness. Look at these. Look, man, this dude look old up in here. Alright, he thinks he's gonna get something. Jake, man, come on now. This guy over here, judging by the back of his head, he looks, 30s, 40s. Okay. Looks like a lot of older people in the crowd for the most part. Not too many teenagers. There's some younger guys out there, but a lot of old Jake thinking, their whole life thinking they're gonna get nothing, man. These people hate you. Alright, they hate you. The Edomites hate you. The white people, they ain't your friend. Okay, and if they ain't your friend, what makes you think they're gonna give you anything? Because they owe it to you? They owe us a lot of things, but they're not gonna give it to us. All right, they couldn't possibly give us back all. They're gonna give us all the money that they've earned. All that came from us, man. It's all off of our backs. Okay, they're not going to do that. They're not going to switch, and that's why we also talk about, you know, building societies here. I think Esau is just going to willingly step down. So you're right, you know, we were wrong. We've been in the wrong. Here's all the money back, and we're going to live in the dirt now. Hell no, they aren't going to do that. They're not going to switch places. We live in the mansions. They live in the fucking slums. Hell no, that's not going to happen till the kingdom. All right, that's why we need Yahweh Shai. All right, Yahweh Shem Shai. All right, is who we put our trust in. Okay, because we aren't going to get anything great for us on this side, all right? Well, the greatest thing that we're going to get on this side is deliverance, all right? Lord willing, we're part of the elect. All right, so local reparations programs in about a dozen cities in the state of California have renewed hopes, you know, have gotten the hopes up is what it should say, you know, for an eventual national policy to compensate for slavery. They're never going to give any sort of compensation. But after decades of lobbying and 3 years of national reckoning over race, Americans overall remain strongly opposed to the idea. And the idea, they keep on throwing this American word out. American. And it's, you know what that is? It's a cover-up. Because they don't want to say white people. Okay? They don't want to say white people overall remain strongly opposed to the idea. They say Americans. Well, Jake doesn't seem too opposed. All right? The so-called black people don't seem too opposed to getting some money. All right? So I don't know what you're talking about. All right? And I'm sure Issachar has no problems with it either. So that only really leaves, you know, in the Native Americans, the white man's fucking them over hardcore. So that really only leaves the only person that could have a problem with this to be the white man, the so-called white man, all right, as so-called, because who is he really? Esau. And we're the so-called black people, the so-called Latinos, the so-called Native Americans. Why? Because who are we really? The Israelites, okay? And they try to keep this, oh no, we're not the same people we used to be. We're not the same. And that's why they have to say Americans, because they don't want to say white people. It's the white people. White people overall remain strongly opposed to the idea. Don't try to sugarcoat it, all right? No Jake's upset about reparations, all right? And I've never met one, all right? And maybe there's some Uncle Ruckus-ass motherfucker out there, all right? But he's more than likely an Edomite, okay? When Tatish Nuthin began polling about it several years ago, he expected money would be the biggest issue. Money is not even the problem, man. You got to realize this is deeper, okay? Edomites got so much money, man. If they wanted to, they could give everybody buttloads of money, all right? And I don't even like really using that term now that I think about it. Not really a good term, but, you know, shitloads of money. We'll use shitloads, all right? Shitloads of money. They could give everybody could afford to be a millionaire, all right? Honestly, or plus some. All right, with how much money Esau has. But they don't want to do that, man. They don't want to do that because they're greedy, all right? And really, it's not about the money situation. One, they are greedy, but it's really not the money situation that's the problem. It's really the lineage and heritage thing. They're Esau, we're Jake. It's that. And they hate us. With a burning hatred, they hate us, okay? It says, or perhaps the workability of such a complex undertaking. It's not, oh, it's going to be hard work. That's not it either, man. It turns out those are the smallest concern among the 2/3 of Americans who say they're against cash payments to the descendants of slaves. Plurality. The fuck is that word? Let me see how to pronounce that. Plurality. Let's look that word up. I'm guessing it means multiple. I'm guessing it's plurality. Let's see how it's pronounced.
Plurality.
Yeah, plurality. State of being plural, so yeah, more than one. So it says the political word, a plurality of Americans. It says so. Definition 2 says the number of votes cast for a candidate who receives more than any other but does not receive an absolute majority. Okay, what else do we got? Pluralism. I think we basically got the definition of plurality, but, you know, we should just say, you know, a large amount. All right, a large amount of Americans. There goes that Edomite shit where they can't just say it plain. A large amount of Americans, a large amount of so-called white people. All right, Nuthin says, don't believe the descendants of slaves deserve reparations. Okay, and that goes vice versa for them. One moment. That goes double whammy. That's a double whammy with Esau Edom. All right. They don't think that we deserve reparations, and they don't think that they deserve punishment for what they did. All right. They don't think we deserve reparations because, oh, you weren't the slaves. They know we were. All right. In order to tell a lie, you got to know the truth. All right. And you know why the baseline Edomites might not know. The high up Edomites know. All right. They know about what's going down. They know we're the Hebrew Israelites. All right. They know they're the Edomites. All right. Look into the Rothschilds. All right. With the whole red shield and the cover up of the names and the name changes. Okay. They know. Okay. But they don't want to admit that we're the descendants of the slaves, because if they admit we're the descendants of the slaves, all right, well, not like you. They don't want to admit that we were the actual ones that they were enslaving, because if they admit that, that admits they believe in reincarnation. If that means they believe in reincarnation, all right, that means they must be the Edomites, all right, and that also must mean that they're going to be punished for what they did, all right, but they don't want to admit that. They try to lock that up and hide it and throw away the key, but it's coming out through these end days, through the power of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Says the political science professor at university. Let's see, what's the real reason? I'm curious. What's the real bullshit reason they're gonna give us? At the University of Massachusetts, Amherst plans more research to get exactly why people think that. Because they're Edomites, man. You don't have to do a grand amount of Edomites. They're white people, all right, so-called white people, and they hate us. All right, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. They hate us, all right, and that's it. That's it. That's why they don't want us to have reparations. It's simple, man. It's not because, oh, this or that, or this or that. They hate us, all right. They don't think what they did was wrong, all right. Truly, they say, oh, what we did was terrible. They don't really believe what they said was terrible, all right. It's like when you were a kid and your brother was talking some smack to you and you whacked him upside the head or something, and then your mom says apologize, and you apologize, but you didn't really mean it because your little brother was being a bastard to you at the time, all right. But you didn't want to forgive him. You know how kids are. It's the same thing, all right. They just don't want it. They just don't want to admit it. All right, they're okay. We're sorry for what we did. No, it's a half-assed apology, and it's not really apology at that point. Okay, they're not really remorseful. It says the other more common reasons opponents cite that it's impossible to place a monetary value on the impact of slavery. You want to know why? It says, and African Americans are treated equally in society today. That is fucking bullshit. First of all, it's impossible to place a monetary value on the impact of slavery. Yeah, you want to know why it's impossible to place a monetary value? Because you couldn't be able to pay as much as it costs, you fucking Edomites. You wouldn't be able to pay as much as... You want to know the monetary value, all right, of what you did to us? All right, the monetary value of what you did to us is you're going to go into captivity, all right, for 1,000 years, all right, in the kingdom. And then after that, you're going to be gathered, all right, and dispatched. All right, and that's it, and then you're gone. All right, you're gonna be dispatched. All right, that means no more Edomites. All right, no more souls of Edomites. All right, well, you know, they're not. You're never gonna be together as a nation. All right, what those souls would be, who knows? All right, we don't know that yet. All right, but we know that Esau is never gonna return as a nation. All right, there aren't gonna be Edomites roaming around on the world. All right, and you wonder, well, aren't you going to do that with everyone? No, actually, that's just the Edomites. All right, the heathens. All right, you know, Ammon. All right, and Moab. All right, they're going to serve their 1,000 years, but after that, they're going to dwell in their lands, and we're going to be over them. We're going to rule over them. Yes, and you know they'll still get sick and things like that, and we're going to be healing them. But they're actually going to prefer us in rulership, okay? Because we're going to have a just rulership, a just society, unlike Esau's. Okay, where Esau's society harms everyone. It even fucking harms Edomites, man. All right, it's really a pinnacle of how they set it up. All right, it's a big pyramid where, you know, there's a couple families on top, the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, other ones that aren't coming to mind, Slakia. There's, you know, the big banking families, the elites. Okay, and they're at the pinnacle of this thing. All right, we'll draw you something out. Okay, we'll draw you something out. I don't have my pencil on me at the time, but we'll just open up a new thing here, okay? So you got this. Let me draw it, man. Come on now. Want it? Come on now, this is fucking ridiculous. Oh my gosh, fuck. Come on. Bear with me. Okay. And we got rid of that annoyance. Okay, so you have... Okay, so here's Esau. This is how Esau runs their things. Alright, up here at the very top, alright, you have, these are, you know, your elites, alright? Okay, so you have the elites, alright? And then there's this whole area down here, alright? And that's it. Well, actually, you know, there's one more tier right up here, and that's basically like people that, you know, work for the elite, and then there's just like all this down here. And everyone down here doesn't know what the fuck's going on, alright? It's just these guys. And these guys, a lot of these guys don't even know too much what's going on. These guys down here would be considered what they call insiders, okay? People like your Alex Jones, alright? There's other ones, alright? But they might know a small base level, alright? But these guys are the guys that control all the information, they control all the wealth, alright? And that's it, and they do none of the work, okay? So that's how Esau society works. So Esau, you know, even Esau, you know, here they are. Esau has the blessing. You know, Esau has scammed their own people, you know, out of receiving, you know, their own blessing. Okay, you know, it's really mostly the Amalekites that hold all the blessing. The Edomites don't really, you know, they get a little bit here and there. You know, they're lucky, you know, not lucky, but you know, they have, you know, what the world would call luck. They can find money. You know, they end up going to a They end up going to a thrift store. I was looking on Reddit the other night, and me and my wife were getting pissed because there's this thrift store hauls, all right, and it's a Reddit, and it's like people pick up on thrift stores. You know, people see things cool, whatever you find cool, things that are worth money, or so on and so forth. And Edomites, you know, there's this one guy, he found like, you know, over 2 ounces of silver in a safe that he bought for like $8. He ended up getting like 2 or 3 grand for it. Another guy bought this suit, and there was like 3,000 grand. Or 3,000 grand. There's $3,000 in the pocket. All right. There was another guy. Just all this shit, and it just makes you pissed off. So they have it like that. All right. But you got a lot of Edomites that are living in trailers too, man. But anyway, I don't know how much of I want to read this. Let's read this. It says we'll read the lie again. It says it's impossible to place a monetary value on the impact of slavery, and African Americans are treated equally in society today. All right, well, the first one's, you know, it's impossible to place a monetary value on the impact of slavery because the impact you wouldn't be able to pay, the monetary value you would not be able to pay. All right, you're only going to pay that when Yahushua returns. All right, and when we come and go in the kingdom, and you're given to us as servants and handmaids. All right, of course you can't pay that back right now. All right, but you will. All right, so you're right. You can't place a monetary value. No amount of money, all right, or gold or diamonds or whatever can pay that back. All right, your blood has to be spilled, and you have to go into captivity. All right, and you have to be utterly and completely destroyed for that. Now, this other part saying African Americans, as they like to call our people, even though we're not fucking African. All right, we're Israelites. All right. And Israelites are treated equally in society today. That's not fucking true. That is the biggest bullshit fucking lie I've ever heard. Okay, that is. I'm not gonna even touch on that. All right, because anybody that's watching this lesson knows that's fucking dumb and stupid. We don't even have to touch on that. That next. All right, get out of here. That's the most dumb argument I've ever heard. It says Nuthin and also the Pew Research Center find about 3/4 or more of white adults oppose reparations, and so do a majority of Latinos and Asian Americans. Sure. I highly, you know, Latinos, the ones that are, you know, opposing reparations are more than likely Edomites, and of course Asians. Fuck Asians, man. Who gives a fuck about a fucking, you know? Let's not. Of course, all right. Because guess what? Moab was right there with Esau, Edom during our captivity. All right, fucking slant-eye fucks. All right, it says a large majority of so-called black Americans support them. Uncle Ruckuses, all right, there's that, all right? And I've never seen a large majority of our people that are anti-reparation. I've never seen it. Where's this group? Can you show them to us, E? Because this sounds like bullshit, all right? Bunch of lies. It says there's also more support among younger people and a sharp political divide and overwhelming opposition from Republicans and conservatives. We don't need to read any more of this. If you want your blood to boil, go ahead and type in this article. All right, it's called Cities May Be Debating a Reparation, but Here's Why Most Americans Oppose the Idea. Okay, it's by NPR. It's a fucking atrocity of an article. The shit was written by Jennifer London. I bet you don't want reparations either, do you? I bet you don't want our people to get reparations, do you? Well, guess what? We're getting them regardless. Well, what if we don't give them to you? You're going to give them to us regardless, E. I don't care if it's... Because the reparations ain't money. If you think it's you giving us money, that ain't going to help. All right, you can give us all your money. You can give us all your Lamborghinis, all your Porsches, all your Ferraris. All right, you can give us all of your beach houses. You can give us all of your homes and your Cadillacs. All right, give us everything that you own and then some. And guess what? It still wouldn't be enough. All right, because you have to go into captivity. You have to go into captivity. And before I read that scripture, I got it. You know, that shit is exactly what it is. Made my blood boil. All right, because it's a bunch of lies. All right, it's a bunch of lies. Okay, and what scripture do I want to grab? Let me see. I'll just grab Forgers of Lies. Forgers of Lies. All right. Physicians of no value. All right. Job 13:4. All right. But ye are forgers of lies. Ye are all physicians of no value. You can't help people out in a medical condition for a damn. And all you do is just lie. All right. You lie. It's fucking ridiculous. And, this, that, and this. Oh, and there's no monitor. Oh, your people aren't really going through. Our people aren't going through it. Look at us. All right. If our people are treated equal in society, why aren't there more white ghettos? All right. Why isn't there a white Compton? All right. Why is it there in what about trailer park? Yeah, there's trailer parks, sure, but why isn't that the majority? All right. Why isn't that the majority? Why is that the minority? Most white people have houses or renting apartments. All right. Sure, they might be renting to own or however they're doing things, certain things. All right, with their cars, they might have a lease or a mortgage or whatever. But why is it that that's the majority of white people? Meanwhile, Jake over here in ghetto is struggling. Okay. Or having to live, or here's one for the Northern Kingdom. All right, why is it that they gotta live with like 10 people in the house just to get by? Okay, I've known it. I've seen. I've had people that I've known. All right, that multiple people live in the house just to get by, just to be able to afford the house, and they all work their ass off. And then what is Esau going to do? Oh, Mexicans are lazy. Oh, they're lazy people. Meanwhile, these people are busting their fucking asses off, man. All right, Jake out there, all right, Southern Kingdom busting their ass off. What are they're lazy. They just sit around, a bunch of porch monkeys. These fucking Edomites, all right, all they do is fucking lie because everything they say about us, it's them, all right. Oh, they say, oh, Jake isn't too intelligent. You're the ones that aren't intelligent, all right. Oh, Jake, they're a bunch of criminals. Oh, I'm sorry. Were we the ones that conquered entire nations on bloodshed and murdered people and raped women and even regardless, when they had men. All right, and sodomized and did all this foul, disgusting stuff. Were we the ones that did that, or was that you, E? Was that you? Or are these people lazy? Oh, I'm sorry. Aren't we the ones doing the baseline work? Aren't we the ones that are working the fast food jobs? Aren't we the ones that are doing the construction jobs? Aren't we the ones that are doing the retail jobs? Aren't we the ones doing this, that, and the other? Meanwhile, you're sitting up in some fucking yacht somewhere, sipping on a glass of champagne, saying, oh, yeah, life's great. Whoa, wonderful. I wonder how my business is doing. Let me just call abroad, Here you are, you people, you lie. All you fucking do is lie. Oh, we're equal in society. Why ain't I on a yacht right now? All right, sipping champagne then, if we're equal. All right, why aren't the vast majority of our people sitting on a yacht somewhere sipping champagne? Why is it that there's more white people, so-called white people? Why is it if we're equal, all right, and we're treated equal in society, all right, why can I do this right now? All right, richest people in the world, all right, why can I do this right now? And it's going to come up a list of people. Why is this list all fucking white people? Huh? If we're equal in society and we're treated normal in society, all right, this list looks a little white to me. Don't you think? It don't look quite white, Little joke there. Don't look quite white to me. All right? No, it's very, 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 the top. Let's look at the 100 billion club, the 10 richest people in the world. Elon Musk, so-called white. Jeff Bezos. That's debatable, but so-called white. Bernard Arnault, look at him, dude. That guy's white. Bill Gates, obviously. Mark Zuckerberg, obviously. Larry Page, obviously. Sergey Brin, who knows? But look at the skin color, man. Look at the skin, like Esau would say. Look at the skin color. Their skin color. Warren Buffett. All these people, man. They're so-called white people, man. They're so-called white people. All right, look at the company, man. SpaceX, Tesla, Amazon, LVMH, Microsoft, Facebook, Google. Fucking ridiculous, man. Berkshire Hathaway, you know? And so if we're equal as society, why is there not one Jake, all right, on that top 10 list? Okay? Well, what about the other people? Some of them are, no, one Jake, all right? Because you got here Mukesh Ambani. No. Show me a Jake. All right. There's Gautam Adani and family. I'm not sure where exactly he's from. All right, but either way, these people, even if they're up at the top of this list anyway, and they seem to be Jake, though, Jake ain't got it like that, man. Jake ain't got it like that. Forbes billionaires. Why is Rihanna on that list? Is she a billionaire now? Let me see. Shit. Guess she is. Goddamn. All right. Well, you know, she done sold out though for the most part. All right. I do believe Rihanna's a Jake, but you know, they're also at the same time, you know, if Jake do make it to that pinnacle, and that's fucking unheard of, 14 billion. Goddamn. She's got to be doing some investments. I know she's got like a clothing line and stuff, but goddamn, you don't get that just from music. All right. But no, if Jake do get that pinnacle, because you do got Jake that are millionaires and stuff, but they don't get that like Esau get that. All right. What they got to do is they got to bend over a table and, you know, do butt stuff. All right. And Slovakia, it's disgusting. All right. But that's what they have to do, or they have to, you know, to murder a child or sacrifice their mother or their dad or their daughters. Or that's why you see all of a sudden, you know, you'll see a death in one of the rich families. All right. Or like you'll see a death in like, you know, people like Kim K or Kanye, for example, when his mom died, and then, you know, you see a shoot up of fame, all right, because a lot of those people sacrifice them, all right. They go and do soul feasting or whatever and make themselves unclean through, you know, period blood and feces and stuff. It's not something I'm making up. This is a real thing, all right. You can look it up. Or a soul feasting or something like that. It's called something like that. It's a ritualistic thing, all right. Hillary Clinton does it. But believe it or not, that's what happened. Now we got them lying, so now we're gonna go directly into Revelation 13 and 10. Let me pull this up on my phone so I can follow along a little bit easier to grab it. Slack. All right, Revelation 13:10. So I don't have to keep on hopping back and forth between the, you know, doing this and that, this and that, this and that. All right, so Revelation 13 and 10. So you said you can't place a monetary value. There is a value, but it's not, you know, it's not going to be monetary. Right? It's going to be through actions. All right, and through the actions is, you know, you being destroyed on this side. All right, some of you are going to make it. All right, because of course you got to go into the kingdom first. All right, you got to be put into slave. All right, we got to have slaves somehow, right? So some of you got to be, you know, put into captivity, not necessarily die in those missiles, but you're going to go directly into captivity. Okay, it's like Monopoly, you know, go directly to jail, but yours is going to go directly to captivity. All right, it's going to be, you know, a little picture of you in a shackle. All right, and a big Jake rolling over you with a big old whip. All right, pick those grapes. All right, Revelation 13 and 10. He that leadeth into captivity. So this is our reparations, okay? This is our reparations. Revelation 13 and 10, he that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of saints. Let's read that again and explain. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. That really doesn't need explanations. If you led into captivity, all right, you shall go into captivity, and the one that's led into captivity on the grandest scale has been Esau. All right, that is them. They're the colonizers, man. Okay, he that leadeth in captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. There was an excellent video. I don't know if it was. Man, I just saw it. You know. Not too long ago. I wonder if I can actually find it on YouTube. I can't remember if it was the brother, and I keep on forgetting his name. I know he makes shorts sometimes. You know, it might be this. Let me see if I can find it. Bear with me. It's not it. Guess that's not it. I gotta take my chances and hope that it might be on Two Throne Info. Let me see. I got a lot of these to go through. Let me see. No. Man, that's gonna drive me nuts. What was his name? I know he has like the he has the Fred Flintstone pulling the face off, and you have the Amalekite under there, man. What is that? It's gonna drive me nuts if I can't figure it out. Bear with me. Let's see if I can find it down here.